Do do do. Buddy we know that worked down at PA Groceries worked in the meat cutting part, and he had nothing but stories because like the veterans were people that had like scars and possibly finger parts gone, like not entire fingers but just chunks of finger.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, yep, that's gone now. That's not going
to grow back.
Nope. And it's insane because it's just like they know better than anybody, but there's just these moments of absent-mindedness.
My favorite one is we had this. Not sure if it was Polish or Ukrainian, but he was definitely Eastern European. His name was Yuri, working at the butcher shop, right? And Yuri was 50s, maybe early 60s. Old Eastern European guy. Big accent, doesn't speak English or French very well. Real, is always happy and smiling.
Seen some shit.
Right? He's the jovial kind of guy, right? And Frank, the manager, he says, he notices that Yuri is in agonizing pain all day, right? He's like, "What, Yuri, what's wrong?" He's like, my teeth. It's like, well, what is it? And he just pokes in, and even from a look, he can see that his wisdom teeth have completely come in and fucked up his whole mouth, right? Because he just doesn't go to the dentist.
Yeah.
Right? His teeth are otherwise immaculate, other than, he's like, "Yuri, your wisdom teeth are fucked. You have to get those taken out."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, okay." And he walks over and picks up one of the meat pliers and just yanks all four of them out of his head. Just pop, pop.
Oh, man.
And he goes, "Oh, it feels much better." And he's like gushing blood. Like full bloody mouth, like having to swallow.
Not even like a vodka fucking
And then he goes to wash his hands.
Oh, man.
And puts the apron, and Frank's like, "The fuck are you doing? You have to go home." You don't get to... What the fuck is wrong with you, Yuri?
I don't go back to handling food.
You have the day off. Go home.
But the food needs to be handled.
Go to the dentist. I'll work both shifts.
Oh, fuck.
Just...
Oh, man. Yeah. Yep. That's how we all get the
My
shit.
dad did that. He blew up his finger and was going to take a cab.
That's how...
No, he was going to drive himself.
Of course he was.
He exploded his finger in an industrial accident.
I mean, there's something admirable and noble about the old school.
What is up with that generation? Why are they so much tougher than we are?
Ridiculous,
I went to the hospital because I couldn't take a shit. My tummy hurt.
Yeah. It's just the nature of the work you do means you're getting hurt more often, so
like a lot more often.
The pain threshold gets higher.
Builds character.
Yeah, literally.
Well, also, like when you get all fucked up to a degree, you understand. You go, "That was really horrible. What happened to me?" Right? But it didn't kill me. So now I can establish that something that horrible won't kill me. So you're not as afraid of it.
Wait, hold on. Was that intro or outro?
That was intro.
Did you tap another button?
What do you mean?
We're 32 minutes in. How is this giving us a title card?
Yeah, I don't know.
What the fuck? Anyway, Jesus Christ.
Don't worry about it.
I am worried.
Don't worry about it.
No,
I didn't particularly dawdle at any length on that.
The one you always gotta watch out for is when someone's using like the bandsaw or the the machine press to like you're slicing like let's say a piece of wood down the middle, and they're going down with both sides on each side, and then as soon as they completely separate the two from each other, they go flying apart, and your hands fly apart.
Yeah,
and now your face is going down into the blade.
That's a bit much. Shouldn't do that. Don't do that. Also, I've had personal experience with this. Everybody out there, all you young folk or even folks that are at our age that have not actually done this yet. If you're dealing with super glue or epoxy and that says to wear gloves.
Oh my God.
And you say, "Oh, fuck it, I'll just be careful."
Oh my God.
Fucking wear gloves.
So the funny thing about that is if you use super glue in the incorrect method that a lot of people use it, you're probably going to just end up with that coating that feels weird for a while, but you're fine.
Yeah.
But if you'd use the proper method,
Which
the
was
same thing for rubber cement, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
The way you actually are supposed to use super glue and rubber cement is not put the dab where you want to stick the thing and then stick the thing. You're supposed to put a dab on both sides of the surface that you want to connect to each other, let it dry a little bit, then put those two together.
interesting.
And holy fuck, it's so much stronger when you do that. And especially with rubber cement too. You rubber cement both sides and then stick it together.
So you're creating 3 bonds.
You're creating a super fucking huge big bond. Big boy bonds.
Well, because usually what'll happen is you get a dab of it on your hand.
And then it dries and you get like a coat that doesn't go anywhere for a while.
For like weeks.
Yeah. But no, you do it the proper way and like, no, your finger is now stuck.
The reason it falls off isn't because it gets old. It's because your skin cells that it's attached to die. And then you eventually just get tired and tear it off and it hurts a little bit.
That's basically it. Yeah. But yeah, you got to really be careful with that shit.
Don't super glue your dick.
Who would...
I don't know.
Well, like, if it's between that and, like, taking a fucking knife to it, or one of those weird sounding rods, then...
You talking about your Naruto shit again?
Super glue your dick. What? What? No. I'm talking about the Pain Olympics.
No, I'm good, man. No, thank you. I don't need any Narutos today.
Okay, well...
That's fine.
The Sounding Village?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, no.
That's real good.
Can we go back to, like, happier times? Like the Vineyard? You remember the Vineyard. I told you about the Vineyard. Wine tasting. Come on.
I'm not...
Yeah, you know.
Wine?
It's how you taste wines.
You spit it?
The more aged the wine, the better. You fill a glass of wine, a good red, maybe a Chardonnay.
Oh,
perhaps some Pinot Noir.
Oh, I forgot about this.
And you take a dip.
You dip it.
You take a dip, and that's how you enjoy the wine.
People are so goddamn weird, man.
The Vineyard.
That's...
People would post about better wines because some wines are better than others.
You just had that part, or you just... Hey.
Look, man.
Hey, what's going on?
We're bored children in the year 2017.
I'm 31, man.
We're bored children. Arrested Development. We will never be adults. Not in the sense that our parents were adults, and definitely not in the sense that our grandparents were adults.
I was talking to my girlfriend about this just like 2 days ago, because she recently had her birthday, right? And I'm like, I feel like it was the great lie that our parents' generation played on us.
That there's a threshold you pass.
Because I vividly remember so many times in my youth.
Yep.
You'll understand when you're older, you'll be more mature, and when you're an adult. And the way that it was portrayed was that there was a time or place or event in your life
where it just happens.
That it would kind of come together around this, not all at once, but...
Yeah.
And I don't know anyone that happened to.
At all. I'm watching friends get married, and I could be like...
I mean, Matt got married. It didn't happen to him. He's not an adult.
Of course. And I'm saying, and he has a car. And any of us could start paying mortgages any day now.
Any day now. Yeah, we're getting to that point where we're thinking about it, right? We're actually thinking about it.
And it's not going to make a fucking difference, man. It's just another thing to pay. And then those bills that come in and those
instead of your rent, it's going to be my mortgage.
And instead of your but it's like, more importantly, the emails about your mortgage are right next to your fucking Steam sale emails, because that's all that is.
And that V-Bulletin site that you're technically a part of is like, hey, we got hacked again. You need to change your password so you can look at your creepy pornos.
There you go. I mean, look,
right next to it.
You know what's a really good like example?
Okay, actually,
you probably have to do this. A pretty good example I can think of is like Jeff Gerstmann and the Giant Bomb Boys.
Yeah,
where
they're older than us a little bit.
They're full on adults at this point, more than a little bit.
Well, Jeff's older.
They're all like a decade older than we are.
No, not some of them. Like Brad and Dan Reichert are like our age.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
And that freaked me the fuck out. Because I'd been listening to that podcast for years and years and years.
I thought
and
they
always
were-
been like, oh yeah, these old guys.
Yeah,
And then
I
like,
thought they
oh,
were
it's my
close-
birthday. And he was like a year older than me. And I was like,
man.
I wasted so much of my
Oh
life.
jeez. Okay. Well,
Because Jeff got in so early because he dropped out of fucking college to do it back in like 89.
yeah,
or something.
The GameSpot opportunity was nice and early.
Back when it was Video Game Spot, right? But the rest of the guys, no, they're about the same age as us. But they're kind of adults. So Vinny's got kids.
When you hear them talking about stuff that is like not games,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, yeah, these are just adults.
They became adults.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm going to go down with the wife to the hardware store.
Exactly. And I did that when I first moved in, but I don't think
You know?
I don't think it's ever really going to happen.
Like, I recently went down with the girlfriend to the Canadian Tire to get some furniture. Does that count?
Yeah, IKEA
I guess-
shopping.
yeah, well, no. Canadian Tire shopping is different. It's different.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think.
You
You know, actually,
I don't know if I want it to.
you know what? I think we might be wrong. I think we might be mistaken. And I think we are maybe adults, maybe. But we didn't notice it because it was so gradual. And the way that you tell is that you talk to somebody who is like 22
Yeah.
and you're just fucking overwhelmed
Yeah, that's
with the
true.
feeling of like,
That's
what are
true.
you, a fucking idiot?
At the same yeah, that comes in heavy and hot. At the same time though, I have a very distinct chapter 1 and 2
Yeah.
that a lot of people don't have, so I to me I kind of
I have multiple chapters. My personality has changed dramatically in like 4 stages of my life.
yeah.
There's there's elementary school, high school, cégep, which would be university for or college for you American folks, and then post. And those are all very clearly divided,
Okay.
right? Like cégep Pat would be the kind of guy to go to just, hey, will you want to play some Street Fighter? He's like, sure. And then I show up and drink a whole bottle of vodka
Right.
and just fuck. And then you have to call my parents to tell them that I'm dead.
Well,
I appreciate that. That's very kind, right? Current Pat would not do that.
okay. Yeah, I think I just go from church boy to not church boy.
Yeah, well, those are those are wider than any two gaps in any of my personality.
But
traits.
then there's a slight third one where it's like not church boy that doesn't feel guilty about it anymore.
Oh, you had the part where you're like,
Oh, dude. I told people this, but it's like to this day when certain types of foods like pork and
Yeah.
things like that, I still feel weird.
you're like, I shouldn't be.
Especially stuff like bacon I've gotten used to because it's fucking great. But like weird like certain seafoods and things where it's like there's that initial like, oh, this is wrong. You know,
And then
that
you're like,
still
oh no,
kicks
wait,
in.
that's part of that stupid thing.
Nope, still kicks in.
Damn.
And that I realized that 10 years in, 20 years in, that's not going away.
Mm-hmm.
That is here for life, dude. I'm always going to have a moment's hesitation on certain foods.
Interesting.
I don't know. Especially stuff like that I missed out on, like stuff that's not particularly great. Like, for example, bologna's terrible.
I don't like bologna.
Bologna is terrible.
I hate
And the whole time I was a kid, I remember like people would get bologna sandwiches and stuff, and I'd be,
You'd be like, oh man,
that's a type of meat I can't have.
I'm just not allowed to have the meat.
What's that sandwich taste like? I don't know what it tastes like. And then when I was finally able to have it,
I
I
want to
was
see
like,
what happens.
it's fucking terrible.
Oh, I just get
He just gets it.
fucking killed.
So I was like, the big deal that was made in my brain about bologna turned out to be fucking nothing.
Turns out it was all baloney after all.
Oh God.
You really? You're
I
gonna,
know.
You're gonna do a whole segment on baloney.
I
You're gonna
know.
do a whole fucking thing, and you're not gonna expect that fucking crap.
You know, but then you get some other cold cuts and you go, hey, that's not bad. A little bit of gabagool,
Get some prosciutto, man.
prosciutto,
I like that shit.
a little bit of
Some good stuff.
turkey. I will say this though. I used to have like turkey bacon, and
Yeah.
that shit is still good.
Yeah, of course it is.
Still delicious.
Turkey's great in nearly every form.
Turkey
Love
bacon
turkey.
doesn't get enough play. You know what's also really good too? So I used to do this as a kid, and I'm remembering it now because I'm thinking about cold cuts. If you take, like a turkey cold cut, and you nuke it.
Like, just absolutely microwave the absolute shit out of
You
it.
nuke it, not till you're getting it like smoked, but you nuke it till it's getting like hard around the edges.
Okay, that's significantly nuked.
Right? Because it doesn't take long though. It only takes like maybe 30 to 40 seconds. But you nuke that shit, and you have a couple of those, and you basically get like a turkey chip, and then you can dip it. And you get like a little maybe like a Cheese Whiz dip. Or
You know
some
what
kind
I
of
gotta
nice dip.
say?
You get a turkey chip, and it tastes really good.
You know what I hate? Modern fucking like the microwave that I have right in my current apartment.
Yeah.
It's much stronger than the one in my parents' place, right? Because they have an older one.
So the timers are inconsistent.
And I've noticed that microwaves over time have just become stronger.
Yes.
That sucks.
You don't know
I
the time
don't want
frame.
that.
Yeah.
It's way too easy to completely fuck something up in it.
Have you ever gone back to a microwave that doesn't have a rotating plate?
No.
So I went back to one of those,
That's
and it was
madness.
so weird because
That's nonsense.
it legitimately doesn't cook all your food. You have to spin the plate.
That was a very, very early invention
Yeah,
in microwave technology.
and I also had a microwave where the plate stopped spinning, and I had that for a while before I replaced it. And it was like same thing. Got to spin the food. Got to spin it.
Spin your fucking food, man.
Rotate your
It's
saves.
important that you
rotate your
life.
rotate your fish. You eat fish?
Fish is okay. I don't personally like it all that much. Sushi's fine.
Yeah, but do you eat it?
Yeah, I'll eat a fish.
Do you buy fish?
No.
That's what I mean. Because
I'll-
no one has a problem with fish.
I'll buy and eat sushi, but I'm not.
Yeah, I don't mean sushi.
I'm not sitting here going like, man, couldn't go for a real like slab of salmon right now.
Because that's the thing is like like no one I know has a problem with fish, but no one buys fish.
I think you have to be some kind of weird asshole to be like, fuck fish. Like in general,
Yeah.
like I don't particularly care for seafood, but a nice fish, that's fine,
Yo,
right?
dude.
And the reason I say like you have to be a special kind of weirdo asshole is I'm insanely picky, but fish is like a much like not blander, but it's like a less intense flavor
yeah, for
than
sure.
most main course meals.
Seafood in general is.
So like what? How fucking nuts? You're crazier than Pat.
but like,
Think about that, motherfuckers.
how fucking good is a nice smoked salmon bagel with cream cheese?
Oh, it's real good.
After you haven't had one in a long time.
It's extremely high quality.
You know?
Go out
Who
to
the fuck is going to turn
Go
down
out
smoked
to
salmon?
fucking St. Viator Bagel, best bagel place in the world. Fucking gets a salmon bagel. Fucking, oh man.
Unbelievable. So no, yeah, and no one's going to turn that shit down. You know, and smoked salmon like just beats lots of other regular
I will
meat.
completely agree. Smoked salmon is the absolute fucking shit.
You know what the problem is? You buy some and you just start peeling at it.
Yeah. I got that problem with smoked meat.
You don't save it for your plates or for your meals. You just start peeling the pieces, like Tony Soprano.
We get my dad. I forget where the fuck it is. There's this place. It's kind of near Schwartz, but not really. But where it's just this fucking hole in the wall butcher shop that does smoked meat, right?
Ah.
And it's the best fucking smoked meat in the world. And I say that because smoked meat is kind of unique to fucking Montreal,
And it's not Schwartz.
and it's the best smoked meat. It's better than Schwartz
What the
because
fuck is
it's
this
a
place?
it's a butcher shop. It does not like.
What the fuck is this place then?
I forget. I will ask my dad, and I will tell you where it is.
That's crazy.
And you'll get like a fucking pound of the shit. You know, you'll just get like
charcuterie.
you'll get fucking tons of it.
Because that's
and
how you have to buy it by the weight.
Yeah, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make some sandwiches with this. No, you're not. Fuck you. It's gonna be like 3 a.m.
You know,
and you're gonna be like, you know what I could go for? A slab of some fucking marbled ass smoked meat.
and when they hand it to you, they give you a fucking pickle with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I appreciate the culture here, but get that shit out of my face.
I don't like a pickle.
I enjoy pickles in general, but I don't care for them.
I
with my
view a
smoked
pickle
meat.
as a form of ruined cucumber.
Wow, pickles are not bad.
They're fucking awful.
I don't mind them, but I just don't want them with my meal.
I
as
have
a thing.
I have an extreme hatred of
You have
vinegar.
to be in the mood for it. You have to be in the mood for it.
right? And with my extreme hatred of vinegar, that makes pickles kind of poisonous.
Deviled eggs not going to cut it.
Hell no, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, all right, that's
the-
fine. But you must like vinegar. You must like vanilla.
Vanilla's okay.
Vanilla extract is vinegar and a vanilla leaf. You can make it.
Well, I certainly don't taste the vinegar in there.
You take a bottle full of vinegar and you just dip a vanilla leaf in it,
Vanilla is an insanely strong flavor.
and you just create a giant bottle of extract.
Oh, because the vinegar breaks it down on the
yep,
outside
it
and
turns it right into it.
Man, now I really want some smoked meat.
Yeah, but it's
like pastrami, but it's not pastrami.
don't have it too often though.
I'll be honest, I don't even
It's
know
the
what
reddest of red meats.
I don't even know what animal smoked meat is made out of, and I don't really care.
It's the reddest of red meats.
If that fucking place
it's
came
cow.
out and told me that it was human, I wouldn't give a shit.
It's cow. It's cow.
It's probably cow. It's easier to get. I mean,
But yeah,
we
you
got
gotta-
plenty of cows out here.
once a week, huh?
What now?
Once a week, red meat.
Fuck that. Excuse me while I crack my arthritic joints.
Yeah. I'm just, keep it chicken, keep it light,
I've switched over to nearly.
and then switch over to pork or beef once a week.
Yeah, that is actually pretty much what I do, because giving up chicken. If somebody said to me, "Okay, you got to give up red meat and chicken," I'd be like, "Fuck you!"
I guess I'll just die.
I guess I'll just die.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if I had to just eat
Yeah.
chicken the rest of my life as the primary whatever, fuck it, I'll live. Chicken's great.
I was really happy when I found out that chicken was healthy because I was like, God damn, it's so.
Well, I mean, chickens are filthy.
But I mean,
And,
like the meat on its own, when
and,
it's
like-
lean chicken is good, you know.
Like filthy to the point where it's the only meat. Like you cannot undercook that shit. You will die.
Yeah.
But
I remember just hearing about like Opie from O&A would talk about like his dad. His dad is like getting old and sick, and they're like, you can't eat red meat anymore. It's going to destroy your heart. And he would like suffer for like maybe 2 months, and then just be like, I fuck.
I'm
it.
gonna eat this.
Fuck it. And they're like, what are you? And he's like, no, listen to me.
10 steaks.
I'm choosing to eat this. And they'd be like, okay. And he just kind of, yeah. And apparently, like, a little bit towards the end, he was just like, yeah, man, I want to enjoy what I have,
Well, I mean,
And what can you say to that? What can you say to a man that's like, I want a steak and I know, but I want it. Who are you to deny?
you attach electrodes to the steak.
Oh, jeez.
So the thing is that there.
What if you could be immortal, but you had to drink oatmeal sludge, and you could only consume oatmeal sludge?
Let's take it back a notch. When I was in the hospital with my problem, they come in with a fucking 5-liter jug of chemical, and they go, drink this. And I go, how much? And they say, drink this.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, are you serious? They're like, this is the best thing for this.
Wow.
It's what they use. They give it to fucking people that need surgery on their shit. It's like, no, this will fucking flush the everything.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
And I take a glass and I almost vomit straight away. It looks like water, but it's not. It is like a powder that you fill it up with like 3 or 4 liters of water,
And just a concoction of, yeah.
And
okay.
it is fruit flavored. And the reason why it's fruit flavored is because it has. I can tell underneath the overpowering, disgusting fruit flavoring that it is hiding something really crazy. but I can't quite put because the aftertaste is like poisonous.
Bitter.
Yeah, it's really, really bitter. But more than that, it's the texture. It's like syrup.
Oh, water syrup.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that sounds horrible.
And, oh, shit.
Show recipes. Show recipes.
Is this what I want? Is that what I wanted?
What else? What else?
Sticky piston.
There you go. Yeah. And then under the yeah.
Is that what I wanted? It didn't go.
Wrong box. Yep.
I did it.
Now what happens then?
I got halfway through it.
Okay.
And
Well, first of all, 5 liters is
it's crazy.
That's madness. That's madness.
They're like, no, you need to. The idea is that your stomach is so full that it forces its swelling in your intestine. Like you are actually filling up your entire digestive tract, right?
So you can consume 5 liters as far as like.
Well, I can't
Okay.
because I got like 3 liters in,
Yeah, 2 giant Coke bottles,
and then
It's crazy.
took like one more gulp, and then that gulp, it hit the liquid down my throat.
Right.
And then came right back up. And it's
Yeah.
like I'm actually physically limited right now.
Yeah.
Like there's no place for this to go right now.
Right. But it
Texture. It's more important for your food than most people realize.
well, it's funny because my girlfriend doesn't care about taste as much as she cares about texture.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of food where she'd be like, I can't eat this. I'm like, but it's delicious. It's like, the texture's off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about texture. I've never really given a fuck about texture.
You don't give a fuck about texture until it's bad.
Until it's bad.
And then you're like, oh.
But yeah, what I want to know is, can you suffer through that for the sake of immortality and never eat anything delicious again?
Just full on, hey, drink this Soylent equivalent.
And you can't even have water. You can only drink this.
So the question
glop.
isn't whether or not you would take the deal, because everyone would take the deal, right? The question is would you be able to maintain?
Yeah.
And the answer for me is no. I don't have this. Look at that glitch.
Could you do it for a while and then give up?
Yes. Now, how long that while happens to be, I don't know. I'm the kind of person who will fail hard at willpower-based tasks when it involves, like, sugar. I have a legitimate addictive problem with sugar.
That one was weird because it was way easier for me to kick sugar than I thought it would be. Honestly, you do it long enough and it just stops.
Being
a
my
craving.
mom has the same thing, and so does my grandma. Like everybody on that side of the family has like an absolute vicious sweet tooth.
So do you
Great teeth, all of us though, ironically, because we're aware.
Do you get that thing where your mouth starts to get like dry if you don't have something sweet?
Yeah.
Okay, that thing is the only reason why, to me, it would be really hard. Because the rest of, like, the feeling of just like, oh, man, I really want something, like that, you can get past that by just fighting it, right? The mouth stuff is really weird and awkward, but if you just power through it, like me, and Mio helped me a lot.
Listen.
Mio helped me a lot. But it took about 2.5 to 3 weeks.
All I'm saying
And then I had none of those anymore.
is that I'm thinking of starting to shoot heroin.
Do do do.
Da, 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 da.